Automation, a question that comes up a lot these days. First, removing the fear, removing the misconceptions, automation as a whole, everyone's doing it. It's growing rapidly. It's no longer something of the future, it's something of now. Except once we decide we want to get into automation, who do we work with? How do we know how to get into it? Who's going to support us? Who's going to train us? There's so much that goes along with it if we're new. And if we've been doing it a while, we want to reconfirm that the people we're working with are quality people with quality products. And today, I'm with my buddy Matthew at ABB Robotics, and we're going to talk a little bit more about the company as a whole, and more specifically, this welding machine that's behind us right now, and how welding is taking away some of that mundane, repetitive, sometimes dirty and gross projects away from the really creative people and allowing those welders to get back to their creativity. Do not worry, we are not taking jobs. We are adding jobs and allowing you to get back to your creativity again. So here we are at ABB. Matthew, thank you so much for being a part of MTD.
No problem. We're happy to have you here. Appreciate it.
Thanks, buddy. So I guess let's talk a little bit about ABB themselves. I know that you're a big part of it. We're standing in front of a welding cell, but let's talk about ABB first and then get into the welding.
Yeah, so ABB, really large global company. We've been around for a long time. Very accurate and repeatable robots, industrial robots. But as you're saying, the market's changing and we're changing with it. We're listening to our customers and what they want. And what they want is something, small and easy that they can put on the shop floor to do the tasks that they're trying to fill jobs on. They're trying to fill these jobs right now. There's a 400,000 people shortage on welders right now. You can't find them, and so we're listening to the customers, and this is what they're looking for. They're looking for something they can drop on the shop floor and, take off running with. And this is one of our many solutions. So right now we have 4 different products in our truly collaborative portfolio. So, and this is just one of them that we recently come out with to adapt to arc welding.
So I agree with you. When you're talking about, what we need and the skills gap that we have and trying to replace some of those jobs, and not to take away from any of the welders out there, because good grief, I can't do it. I used to get my, I'm going to say this wrong, but I'm going to say it anyway. My TIG weld stuck all the time, I had the black. So, but with that being said, I would also think that the simpler we can make the software and the setup, the welders are going to like that more, because when I was growing up, when I was trying to weld, the people that I hung out with that went into welding, this wasn't, oh, I can't wait to get into programming. I can't wait to get into, we want to weld. We want to create things. These are artists. These welders are artists. So getting into the software side of things, they probably want that to be as simple as possible. Set it on the floor, get it going, and get back to their creativity again.
Absolutely. I remember. I started out in the garage welding, loved it. But I wanted to take it further. And, being from Michigan and all, Fair State University, like, hey, makes sense, right? So went and got my welding degree, and but I started to fall in love with the robotics. I could tell that it's where it's at, it's where it's future, and it's been a great career. Been with a great company for a while now, so it's just a different form. It's evolving, so you got to evolve with it too. But there's also many very talented welders out there that can do awesome work. I love getting on like Facebook and TikTok and seeing everything that they're doing. I love it. So
yeah, let's throw Instagram in there while we're at it, as well as a lot of great welders that I follow is there. So just to confirm, with the millions of viewers we have at MTD around the world, did you say you started welding and moved into the robotic side of things? Yeah,
so that's a big thing for me. Anytime I show up at a customer, start working with them. So my background is welding. I've been welding since I was 12, 13 years old out of the garage, and then high school, vocational, college, and then moved into the robotics and learned the robotics all hands-on. Took some classes at ABB and things like that, but it's just been out in the field on the job learning. So, don't let, just because you have a degree in something other than robotics, don't let it keep you from robotics. There's many positions that can adapt to, say, if you're a mechanical engineer, we need end-arm toolings and things like that. Robotics is a great business right now.
Totally agree, and I'd like to follow up with that. coming from that creative world of doing it by hand and moving because you love the automation side and probably combining it all together, there's a lot of folks out there that are likely skeptical, you know, for
Yep.
whatever reason, whether it be I'm going to lose my job, which we've already conveyed that's not the case, or
Yeah.
whether it be the fear of learning something new because, oh, automation, that's too much for me, whatever it might be. So we've
Yeah.
taken steps in trying to convey this message of that process. However, I think you probably have the unique viewpoint of what a robot can do for a human coming from the world of welding yourself and moving into automation that sometimes I wouldn't be able to see because I've never been a professional or semi-professional welder like
Right.
yourself.
Yeah, yeah. So, and that's what we're trying to do with this line right here is remove the barriers for getting into automation. Getting into automation for a lot of companies, we get a lot of people that come in and I don't have any robotics, in my facility right now. That's usually one of the first questions do you have any robots right now? And many of the people come around the booth, but they say, no, I don't have any, but I desperately need some because I can't find workers to come in and even train. They are willing to pay and train and get people up to speed for welding. It's not that you have to come in with experience, but they just can't find the manpower. And so that's where this comes in. We can have, one guy that's working on the shop floor and a manual welder, and we can start increasing his skills gradually, easily with this robot. This platform is built to be able to grab and move around, so that welder that already knows what he wants his torch angles to be, and he can grab it, move it with the lead through, teach points with one simple button, and then through the Easy Wizard programming, the block style programming, just drag and drop where he would want his arc start and his arc end. It's a great opportunity for companies to start in robotics and start scaling from there. And once you learn and understand the robot, you can start growing with it. Maybe the next robot you want is more of an industrial cell style system with positioners and things to start putting major throughput through your company now that you already have the experience.
So very well said. And I think I'm just going to end this with you and I need to start a new hashtag, truth about welding automation or automation welding or something like that. But this needs to be shared. I'm so happy you shared your story with the global audience at MTD. Matthew, you're amazing.
Yep.
Guys, thank you so much for watching. This is Matthew. This is ABB Robotics. I hope you learned something today just like I did. What an incredible story. What an incredible journey. Thank you.
Yes, no problem. Thank you.